I always thought it was funny to hear coaches run to the podium after games and say things like, well, I'll have to check the tape when asked for the fourth time about their quarterback's play. The highest paid professionals at their craft stop to evaluate the film before making an assessment. Why shouldn't we? Sure, it takes time, clip by clip, again and again until you know the true ins and outs of something you're on the outside of. It's the very foundation of what I do, grinding the tape, finding out the why, so we can find out the how. How do we get better? Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to yet another film study. Actually, the first film study ever recorded in this brand new studio. Super excited to be here with you today. It's actually the second time we've recorded this. We recorded originally without our massive vinyl. Send me back to one. We got to show these people this thing. It's an absolute beautiful piece of artwork. It's something that I was very passionate about getting put on the board here, or getting put on the wall here inside the studio. And I'm super glad we got it done. Shouts out to my boy, Derek. If you're interested in something like this, let me know. It's pretty cool. But anyways, we got a great film study for you today. If you don't know who I am, my name is Brooks Austin. I am the film guy. I'm also the lead editor for Dogs Daily, as well as the lead recruiting director for Sports Illustrated and Fan Nation. So do a lot of evaluations, do a lot of film study here, as you can probably tell by the name on the channel. And I figured no better way to introduce myself to the national audience than to grind a little tape, do a little football study on the best quarterbacks in the country. And we got a saying around here. We like to start with the standard, all right? When we're evaluating quarterbacks or when we're evaluating any position, particularly in college football, we like to start with the standard, meaning we like to start with the best football player available. And I don't think there's any doubt in America right now the best quarterback in college football is Caleb Williams. So super excited to show this one to you today. If you like what you see, make sure you subscribe. And this is just the beginning. This is the first ever show recorded in this studio that's going to be live and available on the public viewing. We're also live Monday through Thursday, 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock. Okay, a little local hour for the Georgia fans, 8 to 9, a little national hour for everybody else, 9 to 10. I want to introduce you to a special person here on the network, my boy Jay Will, also known as the Stat Guy. All right, Jay Will, how are we doing today, baby?
I'm doing fantastic. Finally glad to be able to use in this studio and getting rolling, man.
Dude, it feels like way better than the first day of school. Like the first day of school came with a little bit of like anxiety, which we're doing live content, we're doing recorded content, so there's a little bit of nervousness about it. But dude, I have been like, the combination between super excited and like almost drawn to tears all day long, ready to get after this thing. So yeah, man, you have a delicious stat for the audience on Caleb Williams, one you actually found last year, right?
Yeah, so last year I was comparing the points per drive between Stetson Bennett, Bryce Young, and Caleb Williams, and I thought this one was perfect to share before this film study. So last season, 2022, Stetson Bennett averaged 2.97 points per game. He had more than Bryce Young last year. Caleb Williams had a whopping 3.27 on 49% of his drives ended in touchdowns. 60% of them ended in points in general.
So he's essentially, I think you said it's a 3.2 points per possession. Essentially, every time he touches, he's worth a field goal. The other thing to notice, he said almost half of the time he's scoring tutties on his offensive possessions. And when you think about an offense that almost has to score possession in and possession out, this is the definition of one of those football teams. I mean, there were so many times last year where it's, hey, Caleb, like, we got to score 45 today if you're going to win. And one of these games is actually the one we're going to study today, USC versus UCLA. Prize Picks has this set, the total team or total passing yards on the season for Caleb Williams at 3,600 yards passing. I think that's a walking dub, is it not?
Yeah, I already took it. I already have it locked in because I was like, that's free money, basically.
There's a handful of them.
I can get one of them right at least. It's going to be Caleb Williams this year.
There's a handful of those easy money picks over on Prize Picks, or easy money locks, if you will, over on Prize Picks. PrizePicks.com. Use promo code Brooks today. They will deposit match you, meaning if you put in $50, they'll give you a free $50 right there on the joint or on the spot. Why not put 100 in? Get that free hundo. Double up your money right there the moment you do it. Hey, we got a saying around here. Shut up. Grind the tape. All right, let's get after it. I'm super excited to do this with you guys today, man. This was the dream. All right, when I envisioned my studio, this is what I envisioned. I envisioned your ability to follow my ADD ass everywhere I go in this joint, and that's exactly what we got nowadays. I don't talk quarterbacks without a football near me because it's just the way we do it. All right, we changed a lot of things around here. This board and this film and this football talk, it ain't going nowhere. All right, let's start right here. One thing I noticed when I went to study this dude, I thought I was going to watch the Heisman Trophy winner, and I was. Don't get me wrong. We are today. We are going to watch the Heisman Trophy winner. But most of what we're going to do today is marvel at, holy shit, 13 is incredibly talented. My God, that offensive coordinator knows what he's doing with regards to offensive structure and offensive play calling. They design things. They design concepts at USC slightly better than other offenses in the country. Their screen passes don't look like screen passes. This is a standard drop right here from Caleb Williams. He is taking the definition of a three-step drop. Okay, his shoulders are going to be square, meaning his shoulders are going to be looking down the middle of the field, right? None of this bailing stuff that most teams do in their screen game, right? Offensive lines, look at this. We got a hi-hat from the left tackle, meaning we got somebody kick setting. We got a nice umbrella right here from the offensive line as well. And, hey, by the way, we got a tight end sneaking out right here to get an additional block out there on the edge. This not only looks like a standard three-step drop, standard four-step or standard five-step drop, whatever you want to call it, or however the depth is coached at USC, but they're running a screen pass, man. They're running a screen pass, and they do it really, really well. It's a great job here. Just design in general from Lincoln Riley and this offensive coordinating staff. Let's go to 9-16. Right here, the next play. All right. I think we get some more genius right here. So what you can't see, check me out here. This guy right here, that's Jordan Addison, all right? That's their best wide receiver, their best playmaker with the ball in his hands, and here he is hiding at running back. Now, this is what I love about offenses like this when they play fast. Look at the confusion. They are about to snap the football, and we got three guys standing over two, and they're doing a lot of this. They're doing a lot of this. They're doing a lot of, hey, what we got, right? Not to mention they're clear across the field from their sideline. So there's not a whole lot of ability to talk back and forth while the other offense is not only hiding stuff from you, but playing fast, right? There's 28 seconds on the play clock right here. They're about to take a snap. Like, this is really, really hard stuff to defend, particularly when they're hiding guys like this left and right. They're going to pretend to hand them the football, then they're going to throw it to them and look at it or check it out. Let's spin it back just a second, and you're going to see how this is designed. These tunnel screens, if you will. How do we create a tunnel? Well, we got to have a kick and we got to have a seal, right? We got to have a kick guy. We got to have a seal guy, right? We got to have a kick guy and we got to have a seal guy. We're going to create an alley right here on the hashes, all right? That's the idea. That's the goal. That's the concept of the play. Running back on the front side doesn't quite do a good enough job getting his block down, but nonetheless, they pick up a first down, okay? So there's two plays in a row to start the football game where you're like, God dang, that Lincoln Riley is a freaking magician. Here's another one. All right, just a couple of plays later, it's 1st and 20. 1st and 20. They just had a penalty. What are they going to do? Well, they're going to check with the sideline. They're going to do what we call get back. They're going to have a get back play, right? You ain't got to get all 20 yards right here on 1st and 20, but we damn sure got to get back the penalty that we took, right? We damn sure got to get back the penalty that we took. And what a great way to do it again. None of his screen passes look like screen passes, man. All of them look like regular play action drops. Well, we even gave a pump fake into the boundary. Most teams think, hey, when we get a pump into the boundary, what are they typically doing, Jonathan? When you get a pump into the boundary, what's the offense trying to do?
Screen pass outside.
Yeah, they're trying to take a deep shot, right? Boom, pump into the boundary, and now we're trying to take one right up the shot or right up the seam, right? Trying to fake the screen and take the seam. So when teams see quarterbacks pump into the boundary, defensive backs' first reaction is to do what? It's to do what, guys? It's to backpedal. They think they're about to get beat. They're like, oh, shit, fake screen. They're backpedaling. So as soon as we got a defense backpedaling, now what we're going to do? Now we're going to flip the ball right to the back, and everybody's bailing. Everybody's bailing except for the back and our running backs and our offensive line that's pushing forward, okay? So I know everybody's like, damn, we came here to watch Caleb Williams be Caleb Williams. What's Buddy doing? Buddy over here just marveling with the offensive concepts. Well, we got some Jesus Christ on here too. We got some Jesus Christ on here too from 13 because he be doing stuff like this all the time, okay? I remember last year watching this game and listening to, they always have those lovely pre-game, like midweek meetings with the coaching staff, right? Coach staff gives the PA announcers and the guys calling the games, gives them all these little nuggets. There's all these little pieces of information about their football team. Well, one of the nuggets about Caleb Williams is, hey, Buddy thick. Buddy thick from the waist down, can't really bring him down. He's really, really hard to tackle when you get around him, right? When you get close to him, okay? When you get your hands on him, when you got him wrapped up by the waist, sometimes it can be really, really hard to bring him down. Sometimes we can fail to do so, all right? Most of the time we fail to do so. And I'm going to go and let you know now that there's like maybe five people in the world that can throw this ball. Moving left like this, all of our body and all of our direction pointing the wrong way, and for us to get out of this, okay, is miraculous. I know some people don't stick around for the full evals, so I'm going to give this terminology now, okay? Our ability to rotate our spine. Spinal rotation is the biggest thing being studied right now in quarterback worlds, all right? A reason being, a guy by the name of Patrick Mahomes, all right, his ability to keep his lower half pointed one direction and his upper body contort whichever way it needs to in order to get his shoulders and his arm slot set is unparalleled and unprecedented other than this dude. And I'll try to show you this right here. Check out Buddy's where his feet are pointed. His feet and his hips are going this way. The ball in his shoulder path and his belly button, if you will, is turned back the other way to where the actual target is going to be. So in other words, what I'm telling you is that his body's motion, his body's inertia is moving towards the sideline really, really quickly, by the way. And he has the ability to contort his spine to get his shoulders set and have his arm slot be in the correct position for him to rip this football back down this way, okay? You can try and go out in your front yard, sprint to your left as hard as you can, all right? And just try to do this. Don't even try to throw a football. Just try to set your lat like you're supposed to throw a ball, right? Pull it like an archery string. Try to do that running left. It's very, very hard to do unless you have some type of ability to rotate your spine. 1246. Oh, it's every play. It's every play. Now, this is what I love about this dude. All right, we can sit here all day and rant and rave about all these throws the buddy makes because he makes holy shit throws. But when I sat down to watch him, I was far more impressed with his, not even ability, his willingness to remain disciplined and play the quarterback position like it's been played for decades. All right, the quarterback position for a while has been played like real stagnant, real stiff, right? Nowadays, guys are playing like super athletic, but sometimes West Coast offense, East Coast offense, pro style offense, air raid offense, it don't freaking matter. Most of them are tied about timing, right? Guys are going to be in windows when we expect them to be in windows. So if our feet are not consistent, if we're not adamant about what we're supposed to be doing right with our feet, we're going to miss throws. All right, even if we're super, super gifted. So after just showing this dude rip off an amazing throw to his left, avoid sacks, all that good stuff, now we're going to watch him stand in, right? Look pressure in the face. He's about to get hit right here in the ribs. Check me. He's about to get hit right here in the ribs. But we know, hey, they're in soft cover 3 or some type of corners in a bail situation. So our comeback right here at the sticks, it's going to hit. But we're going to have to wait. We're going to get hit while this opens up, right? We know they're in soft bail coverage. We know it's going to take 10 to 12 yards, run it to 12, back down to 10, and we got to throw this football no matter what. Well, he keeps his feet nice and like perfect, right? His platform is perfect. He doesn't fade away from this. He doesn't do none of that, right? He stands with his feet strong and rips this football like you're supposed to. That is playing professional football. That is playing the quarterback with a professional feel about you. One thing I like here, I like seeing quarterbacks correct their teammates. Okay. We're evaluating a future first round pick, a future number 1 overall pick, right? This is a guy who, without a doubt, will be pick 1 over 1 next year, right? He's going to be the number 1 quarterback. Teams will tank or should tank probably to get this guy, right? If you're the Atlanta Falcons, are you a Falcons fan, Jonathan?
Unfortunately.
Okay. Would you tank for Caleb Williams? If I told you 0-17, but you get Caleb Williams?
I think I'd take that. Absolutely.
All right. I think you would be a smart man. I think this guy's going to play really high-level football for a long time. So that being said, if we're going to evaluate him as the number 1 overall quarterback, if we're going to evaluate him as the number 1 overall draft pick, we have to find some intangibles. We have to find out whether or not he loves football, whether or not he can lead a team, whether or not he can do organizational type stuff, right? I know he's the great thrower. I led the damn show telling you he's the greatest quarterback in college football right now. We know that. But hey, 3rd and 5, one of your young, tailbacks makes a mistake. How do we go about correcting them? That's what we're about to see right here. Take a look at this. Right, 3rd and 5, he does the right thing in checking the ball down to his running back, who has a tremendous amount of space. We have one defender here. We have one defender here. It's 3rd and 5, buddy. Stick your foot in the ground and get north. That's all our job is. We have to get north right here. If we don't, we're probably going to end up being in a 4th and short situation if we're not careful. So understand the situation, understand the downs, understand where we're at on the field, and get your ass to the first down marker, right? That's exactly what you're thinking. That's exactly what doesn't happen. And here's what I love to see, right? They are a no-huddle offense. They do not huddle up. They do not play slow. They get right back on the ball. But, hey, just because we get right back on the ball doesn't mean we can't walk over and say, hey, bud, we got to get a first down. You know why? Because he's aware. He's aware of what's going on around him. He's aware of his situations. He's aware of his surroundings. He understands, damn, now we're in a 4th and short. Now we're in a 4th and short. And the other thing about this dude, as he's competitive enough to correct his teammates, I'm going to tell you right now, 4th and 1, ball in plush territory, all right? Start the football game, their first possession. I'm telling you right now, he's keeping this football, all right? He is very much so a competitive runner. He's a competitive keeper. When he's in a situation where it is 4th and short, the dude wants the ball in his hands, and I'm okay with that. But as a defense, we have to account for that. We have to understand that the dude's first introduction to college football was him taking it 75 yards against Texas on a 4th and short. So, hey, let's account for the quarterback. It's game 10 of this season right here. It's game 10 of this season right here. And UCLA certainly did their homework. They know, hey, 13's prone to keep the ball here. Let's make sure we're not allowing that to happen. Let's make sure we're not allowing that to happen. Sometimes being Superman can lead to, competitive keeps is what I call those. Competitive keeps. You like that term, Jonathan?
Yeah, that's a good one. I've never heard that one.
Competitive keeps. We're coming up with them every once in a while on the network. I'll be watching stuff and I'm like, you know what? He's only keeping the ball because he's super competitive. Competitive keep. 2058. I call this the Superman drop. This is what I love about UCLA or USC. Give me that camera one. All right, look. Normally, spin that back out. Go to camera 1, position 3. Maybe, yeah, position 3. Here we go. All right, so a standard 3-step drop, right? 1, 2, 3, boom. All right, standard 3-step drop. Now, what USC started to do is because it's all about offense nowadays, all about manipulating the launch point. We don't want guys to understand, hey, they drop and throw the football from that singular spot every single time. So I call it the Superman drop. We're going to take the 3, right? Boom. And then we're going to reset again. And now we're over here throwing the football. All right. So when you see this on tape, what it does is it really, really starts to mess with edge rushers. Check this out. Okay. Particularly this edge rusher at the top, because they're rolling away from him. They're going 7-man protection, meaning we got all 5 big boys. Okay. We got a tight end in there. And we got a running back in there. That's 7 guys, right? We're in a 7-man protection, and we're trying to run this deep crosser right here against this safety rotation that's going this way, right? So UCLA's taking this front side safety, all right? And they're rolling him towards the middle of the field. And USC is taking Jordan Addison down here at the bottom of your screen and running his butt on that deep over. All right, now as a quarterback, we're going to have to buy time. We're going to get to that 3-step, and then we're going to reset and kind of bump out here like I just showed you with my big fat butt doing here in the studio. Now, what does it do, like I told you, to the edge rushers? Well, watch Buddy up here. Buddy up here has now given up on his 2-way go, and he wants to fight back inside because traditionally the launch point is right here. So that's fine. If I go back inside, I'm fine. But here's the problem. They're resetting the launch point at post-snap, not pre-snap, not as the ball snapped. They're 2 seconds into the play, and then they're resetting the launch point. That's really, really hard, as you can see from the defensive end's perspective. Watch what the defensive end does. The defensive end works the inside move and then eventually gives up and starts working back outside. Watch him at the top, okay? Now he's working in and goes, oh, shit, now I got to work back out, and runs the hoop all over again, right? It's lost effort. Send me the 1 right quick. I got to reset this. sometimes I'll be pressing the wrong button and should just be going haywire. Hope you guys are enjoying it, man. Hope you guys are enjoying the new setup, the new studio, all this good stuff, man. We got a season long of content like this, and I hope you're enjoying it. If you're a USC fan watching us tonight, welcome in. Hope you're learning something about your offense that you love so much. I think we got a replay from that earlier. Might run it back just to take a look at it. 21-18 is where we're going. All right, yeah, we're going to get a replay here in a second. You can really see how the concept works because you're really going to see the safety rotation. This is what check with me's are all about, right? And I'll explain what check with me's are here in a second, okay? Check this safety out. This is the one Lincoln's picking on right now, okay? This safety is going to roll this way post-snap, like I told you earlier, and they're running Jordan Addison this way. So all we got to do, set up here, roll this way, all right, and wait for Addison to run to grass. Because so far this game, UCLA's been doing nothing but playing zone against the Heisman Trophy winner. All right, and that's about all they do until probably midway through the third quarter. They start to play some man coverage. And I'm telling you right now, you let this dude just say, all right, I'm going to sit back here all day and just watch somebody run to grass, they're going to beat your ass. That's what they're going to do. And he damn near threw for 600 yards in this game, it felt like. We're going to 24. Oh, look at that. That slide game right there. Ooh, ooh. Here we go. Bro, I get so mad at young quarterbacks that, like, I get it. You're competitive. You think you can make every throw. You want to make every throw. This dude can make every throw. Like, he is physically capable of making any throw anybody's ever thought to make. All right? Even he eats it. Even him in 2nd and 7 situations in red zone territory is willing to just sacrifice, to just say, fuck it, we need to get rid of the football. There's nobody open. We're going to throw this thing 4 yards out of bounds. That right there is a win. I had an offensive coordinator, and this isn't my offensive coordinator in college is saying, this is every offensive coordinator ever is saying, is that, hey, you know, every drive has to end with a kick. If every drive ends in a kick, we have succeeded, right? Either a punt or a field goal or ideally a point after attempt. If we end the possession with a kick, it means the defense didn't get the ball back and we've impacted field position. That's all we have to do. Football is, after all, a game of field position. As I move the ball, the closer I get to the end zone, the higher opportunity I have to score, right? So if I make sure we're moving the football and we're changing the field position, we have a better chance to win. End with a kick. Sometimes, young Qs, be able and willing to throw the football away. Hey, what's our time spot over there on that stream, my boy?
22 minutes and 30 seconds.
Man, that's 22 minutes of just primo content if I've ever seen it. Amen?
Amen.
Amen. Competitive. Look at it. Body language. I don't mind this shit. It's 3rd and 7. I don't know what's going on right here, but Caleb clearly wants something. He wants something quick. He's tired of waiting around is what it looks like. Yeah. All right, look, some guys will look at this and they'll be like, why are we doing this? This is just him. Okay, some people will ask me as a professional, like, hey, why do you end your stream saying that fucking sucked? Well, because it sucked. If I felt like it sucked, right? And I'm just me. I'm just going to be me, and that's all right. If this is him, don't coach this out of him. If he wants to show all of his emotions while he plays, that's fine. Some of them we can't be doing, right? We can't be getting personal fouls. We can't be doing that stuff. But this is him. This is him letting his coach know, hey, man. And then it's right back up, and he's back onto the next play, and everything's all good, right? But I feel like sometimes as coaches, sometimes as evaluators, we want to get rid of all this stuff that history's told us we can't have in terms of body language. I think we can get away with some of this stuff nowadays. Let's go to 38-35. What we got? Such a man inside this pocket. I've been telling you, I admire his willingness to do the easy, and it's not the easy stuff. It's the boring stuff. It's the, 11 is about to hit his ass right now. I don't know if y'all, I'm sure y'all can see it. This guy right here has whooped the right tackle inside his face. But Caleb's got an over route or a square in, I think it is, that's working from here towards his face. All right. And it's against zone coverage, which means we can't throw to grass as soon as the guy gets out of his break because we might have someone sitting right in the hook window. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to wait for somebody to clear and throw it with a little bit of anticipation. And that's exactly what Caleb does right here. But, man, I can't tell you how many times, right? We're going to study Quinn Ewers. I guarantee you I see some Quinn Ewers tape where Quinn Ewers is kind of fading out of this or thinks his arm ability gives him the opportunity to kind of lean away from this hit and kind of do one of these, right? Kind of do one of these. Kind of just lean away from that one and do that right there. And, guys, some quarterbacks can do it. But the best way to do that is to stand in there, keep your feet in the ground, and just say, all right, no matter what happens to me, no matter what happens to my rib cage as I get hit, I have to throw this football. I have to get rid of it. I have to eat this, literally. I have to just eat this. And that's exactly what he does. I admire. I mean, no one likes watching cool dude or like great football players do incredible shit more than me. I promise you. But I admire watching quarterbacks just say, all right, well, we're going to have to play, standardized football today. We're not going to be able to be a superhuman every single time. Sometimes we got to do the boring stuff. My guy Trent Dilfer says sometimes we have to eat our vegetables. Sometimes we have to take the check downs. Sometimes we have to do the boring shit. Sometimes we have to throw the ball out of bounds. Sometimes we have to keep our feet glued in the ground and take a hit. You know what I mean? Lincoln, you wizard. That's all I got. I know what it is. A lot of teams run this. A lot of teams. Georgia runs this, right? This it's almost waggle, essentially. It's modern day waggle, right? Where we take somebody over here and we kind of run them on that route right there. 99.9% of football teams that I've studied that run this type of waggle, which is we're just trying to get guys out and trying to do this and trying to block in space. 99% of them do this with the H. Okay. They take the H, they run him flat, and then they bubble him out on the arrow just like that. Lincoln, instead of taking the H, where you can already see his feet are behind the line of scrimmage, right? That H is playing just a little bit back behind the line. Well, that guy has the ability to clear really easily and run this arrow. That's what every other team does. That's what the easy teams do. That's what I'm going to say, less smart teams do. Okay, well, what Lincoln does is he says, hey, number 2, our second best receiver with the ball in your hands, take an orbit post snap, right? Really get deep, clear the action. Make sure you don't hit that guy's feet and get out of there. Like, that's just minor differences, right? That's what that is that's Lincoln saying, all right, to hell with this, right? To hell with getting the ball into our H's hands. Why not get the ball into our playmakers' hands and turn what could have been a 5-yard gain into what is a 9-yard gain and could be a 15, 20, 30-yard breaker, depending on how things shake out with the actual athlete with the ball in his hands, as opposed to a tight end. We're going to 44, 47. All right. Unique athlete. Obviously, you know this. You can see it. He's very uniquely gifted. But he's unlike any other athlete that I've studied, okay? You watch Kyler Murray run around, tremendous juice, tremendous twitch. You get it. You understand. It's quantifiable. You can put him on a 40. He never ran at the NFL Combine because he didn't want to have any stigmas, right? Same thing, Lamar Jackson. When he runs away from people, makes sense, okay? This guy is very much so Mahomesy in the sense that I don't know why or how he runs away from people. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't look like it's twitchy enough to run from folks, right? He doesn't, at 6'1", 220 pounds, he doesn't look like he should be able to just take a 3 technique and just sling him off of his back and watch him, fall down like a koala down a tree. Like it doesn't make sense. He's uniquely juiced. He's got unique twitch. And this is what I'm talking about right here. Dude, this don't look like a track runner. This don't look like a guy that's going to run 4.4. But by God, he runs away from folks. Look at that. It's goofy. It don't have a ton of high knee drive. You know what I mean? It don't look fluid, but it gets the shit done. Wait, he's just like a weird hop. Do you see that weird hop in there, bro? Like, just a very, very unique human being. Very unique human being. From just a physical movement patterns. Like he moves in a way that is very him, very 1%, very, very Caleb Williams-esque and nothing else. I love this play right here. There's more screen passes. I dare you. I dare you to try to find out how he threw this ball. I said it. I tweeted this one out the other day. The only way this kind of stuff happens, all right, the only way you do plays like this as a football player, the only way you have the ability to, as the world is closing in on you, okay, my ball keeps moving because I keep putting it down. The only way you're allowed to do this, okay, as the world is closing in on you, you're right here and you just do that kind of number and you hit the guy right in his numbers and it's a perfect ball, is if you are absolutely insane about having a ball in your hand at all times. Okay. All great quarterbacks, they're like this. All right. The first person I ever studied and noticed that, goddamn, the dude never puts the ball down, John Elway. There's an NFL films on John Elway, and John Elway was on the sideline in the Super Bowl dribbling a football. And I thought, that's the coolest shit I've ever seen. That dude can dribble a football. Who dribbles football? It's an oddly shaped ball. You hit it on the wrong side, ding, boing, goes all over the place. Uniquely passionate about having a football in his hands. Caleb Williams, same thing. Uniquely passionate about having a football in his hands. He is tied to it, one of one, all the time. Okay? And like I said on the video we tweeted out, those are the human beings I would invest in. I would invest in the people who are uniquely passionate about something that they are uniquely gifted at. Right? I think I'm uniquely gifted at talking football. I know I'm uniquely passionate about talking football. You know what I mean? Those are the things that we're looking for. We're looking for unique passions. That's what we're looking for. 4907. Oh, something to look for down here. All right. Just like I told you, he's a competitive keep guy. When we're inside the 10s, when we're in this green zone area where we're really close to scoring a touchdown, understand that 13 is keeping the ball. All right. He is the 11th player on the field. Okay. He is the second running back. And honestly, he's their primary option. Particularly, you see the situations. Second and goal right here. All right. They don't care. They're running the ball. All right. They're going to run it with the quarterback. Most of his, rushing touchdowns, which I don't know, check the stats for me when you can, if you can. He probably had a dozen of them last year on his way to winning a Heisman. Okay. Inside the red zone, certainly something you need to be looking forward to. All right, last throw, because I know we're probably already creeping up on 30 minutes. We're probably already over 30 minutes, and that's okay. But this throw right here, guys, this throw, I think it's probably two other people on the planet that can make this throw. One of them is obviously Patrick Mahomes. The other one's Josh Allen. I don't know of any other humans that can do this. All right. This is, it speaks for itself. I don't think there's necessarily anything to talk about here other than just watch. Okay. Steps up in the pocket, gets flat, and just throws a ripper. A ripper. Couple of things I love here. Watch this. Okay. Nose first. Did you notice first? Stepped up in the pocket. All right. Stepped up in the pocket, not out. Up first, clicked up into the pocket. Didn't like what he sees. I love this. See what he's doing? He's peeking back behind him to make sure he's not getting caught from behind, right? Now that we know we're not getting caught from behind, guess what we're going to do? We're going to have the spatial awareness to get flat. We're going to get flat down the line of scrimmage so we don't cross the line of scrimmage and throw an illegal forward pass. And then, oh, by the way, we're going to throw basically a jump pass. We're going to jump in the air, contort our spine like maybe two people on the planet can do. I'll tell you, Josh Allen will muscle this throw. Patrick Mahomes will twitch and fluid this throw. This dude did a little bit of both. All right. Patrick makes this look really, really fluid. Josh will make this look like a monster doing it at 6'6". This guy is a little bit of both. He's going to throw with raw horsepower, but that's what I was telling you about earlier. We started our show, or one of the very first things we talked about today was the ability to contort your spine. This is what I'm talking about. Foot is pointed directly this way, okay? Hip pointed directly this way. Shoulders are square, guys. His shoulders are pointed back this way. His hips are pointed this way. Guys, that's why Like, I don't know what young quarterbacks need to be doing other than throwing footballs all day, every day. But if you want to know how to be great to your left as you are to your right, figure out how to make sure your spine is twisting and fluid, right? Twisting and loose, I should say. You should be nice and loose as an athlete, not big and stiff. What a day. What a day, I'm telling you right now, to be subscribed to this here channel. You understand me? You understand me right now? Holy smokes, man. Great football player, that Caleb Williams. I think he's got a realistic shot at, two-peating as a Heisman winner, first time since Archie Griffin in the 80s. Do you even know who Archie Griffin played for?
Did he also play for Ole Miss? I can't remember.
No, he played for Ohio State. But yeah, running back, War 33. Young kids these days, they don't know their college football history.
No, not that deep.
It's all good, man. But hey, that 3,600, I'm telling you right now, on Prize Picks, okay, bundle that up with that 706 for Brock Bowers. And I'm pretty sure there's, Michael Penix is like 3,700 yards over on Prize Picks. Promo code Brooks, deposit match today. I'm telling you, that's locks. Those are easy locks right there. Caleb Williams take the over. I love Michael Penix on the over as well, and Brock Bowers. 3,600 yards, you're basically betting against – if you're betting against Caleb Williams this year on that, you're basically saying he's going to get hurt, and I don't believe that to be the case. For the Film Guy Network, for Brooks Austin, for my boy Jay Will, I love you. I absolutely love you. We'll see you next time, man.